problem 11 through 17, we're being asked to match graphs with equations, among some other things. So, let's take a look. Actually, that's all we're doing. So I know number 11 has to be, well, before we even talk about that, let's identify the relationships. And I know the options are going to be linear, I'm going to use L for linear, inverse for inverse, Q for quadratic, and exponential, E for exponential. And that should help me out here. Well, I look at number 11, and I know number 11 is going to be an inverse relationship because the x is in the denominator. Number 12, when I multiply this out, I'll end up with an x squared, so that has to be quadratic. The same is true of 13. When I multiply this, x times that x squared. Same for 14. In 15, I have an equation in y equals mx plus b form. So this is linear. When I have an x in the exponents, I know that it is exponential. And problem 17, it's linear because it's in y equals mx plus b form. So now it makes it a little easier to identify. I only have one inverse relationship. I only have one inverse graph right here. And I know this is inverse because I have no y-intercept anywhere. These curves never actually touch the axes. So then, so I know 11 has to match a G. For number 12, I want to find the x-intercepts, and that's going to be my Q. So I have an x-intercept at 0 because x is equal to 0. And then what's going to make this 0? Well, 5. And also, when I do x times negative x, I'll get a negative x squared, which means I'm going to have a parabola opening down. So let's see. Okay, graph F cannot be it because the x-intercepts don't match. But graph D does, because my x-intercepts are at 0 and 5. For 13, I have a quadratic again, and it's going to open up because x times x is positive x squared, and my intercepts are going to be 1 and 5. Well, it matches B. 1 and 5. Have a good night, Draken. For number 14, again, it's opening down because x times negative x is negative x squared, so it opens down. And I have x-intercepts of 0, and this one's going to be 1. Well, here we go. 0 and 1, and it opens down. So this must be graph F. For number 15, when it's linear, I have a y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 2. So let's see if we can find my y-intercept of 2. This is the only one that has a y-intercept of 2, so it must be E. This one is obviously exponential because the variable is an exponent, and so that would be graph C, because it's my only exponential growth graph. Now, obviously, from process of elimination, you know that 17 is going to be the only one we haven't matched yet, which is going to be graph A, but the y-intercepts match of negative 2. So this is going to be A. So the key here is to find or discover what kind of relationship each equation is, find the important points, in this case really the y-intercept and the x-intercepts, and then you're pretty much good to go.